Welcome back to the Toyota Owners 400 from Richmond on Fox. There's about a 40-minute hole in the clouds here, so taking advantage of a little bit of sunshine, what's left of it, and a track that is almost dry.
Drivers, start your engines!
Here they also have 4 sets of the Goodyear treaded, don't call them rain, call them wet weather tires. NASCAR says they won't have these cars racing in a full rainstorm, but if the track is wet, they will mandate putting those tires on. All the cars will come down in a non-competitive pit stop, put on the wet weather tires, and they will run them under the green flag. Damp track, wet weather tires. What will we see for 400 laps in Richmond? Let's find out. Green flag.
You can see them all just going into that corner, feeling it out, then going.
Larson did not baby it in there. Elliott right to his outside. Wants the lead, takes it.
3-4 wide back there.
And those spotters are going to call down to their drivers and say, hey, so-and-so is 2 grooves up. And right now you see Kyle Larson on the outside of Chase Elliott. Every lap, every corner is a learning experience.
This reminds me of a dirt race, and you heard me say that to him on that radio. His background, Kevin, in a dirt racing, moving around, finding the grip, that plays right into his wheelhouse with the 5 car.
And NASCAR has told the teams that they will be putting slick tires on at the competition caution, that this will be declared a dry race. You don't have the option of running one or the other. NASCAR either mandates it's wet weather conditions or it's dry conditions, and we're going to move from wet to dry on this caution coming up. Larry, in addition to changing to the slick tires, what kind of adjustments can they make in this changeover?
Yeah, it'll be some of the same adjustments they made to go with the wet weather tires. They can adjust the blades on the front rear sway bar, how stiff or soft they are. They can adjust each of the shocks. You've got adjustments on the 2 rear shocks, the front shocks. That's probably the 2 biggest things, Mike, that they'll be adjusting, which is what they adjusted when they put those wet weather tires on.
We saw some of those right sides coming off there. It looks like Truex right front was chewed up a little bit more than your race leader Kyle Larson, but I think they still had plenty of life in them.
Let's get back to green.
Well, and that's what I was talking about, Clint. You see Bubba Wallace up on the outside right there. It may look a little bit wet, but see him try to keep Kyle Larson pinned down as much as possible, because he knows above that line is going to be slicker than he probably wants it to be. This next gen car is not as sensitive to that as the old car was, but the thing that I noticed, Clint, is Kyle Larson is having to go down the bottom of the straightaway where it's wetter getting into the corner than it is on the outside, and Bubba fights the opposite in the corners, with the wet part being the second groove up.
Yeah, Kyle is struggling with the handling in his race car. Wasn't good in the wet weather, and not very good in the dry either. Continues to go back.
Oh, Barry into Suarez.
How about this? Is he gonna?
Almost saved it. Almost.
Wow.
Good spun back around. Good spun back around.
Caution a wave at lap 64. Kyle Larson gets his 3rd stage win of 2024 and his first at Richmond.
If you're going to go on this strategy to pit in the middle of the stage, you have to come with them, or you just lose too much time and don't gain the benefit of the new tires to take off and gain the lap time.
Larry, what do you do if you're the leader, Kyle Larson?
Yeah, what they may be doing, we'll watch him here for about 3 more laps. They may split this exactly into thirds, which is basically about 50 laps a run. I watched Chris Gabehart with Denny Hamlin in the July race do the same thing. That way he gets a little bit of advantage on the top side with the fresher tires. But if you're going to go it on one stop, he's going to have to go about another 20-something laps.
Like Kyle Larson's been very quiet on the radio, hasn't said a word this entire run, but has been getting coached up the entire time by Cliff Daniels on where he needed to be lap time wise. They continue to tell him, you're doing exactly what you need to do. He was managing lap time as he ran.
Martin Truex Jr. cycles back to the lead. Now, when all this started, he was 0.6 of a second back. Truex was to Kyle Larson when pit stops began.
Well, now it's going to flop. Now Martin Truex is going to be running slower, and Larson is going to run this run out, what we believe, all the way to the end.
Just don't beat yourself, right? Don't put yourself in a situation where it can, take that out of our control. But I think that the pace is there. Certainly, Cliff Daniels thought the pace was there. Caution. Tell you what's there is a caution.
Kyle Busch bounced off the wall. We're waiting on word from NASCAR, but that may be the reason for the caution.
Way up out of the groove, you see him heading north. Man, it's almost like a brake issue or maybe a right front down, Kevin.
Yeah, the car definitely went straight.
Not a right front.
Oh, it's definitely not down.
Watch Ryan Blaney here. Let's see what happened to him. He is still way on the outside and toward the back of the pack. Ooh, got a little contact from Austin Cindric.
I think it started at Bubba Wallace. Saw the flames coming out, hit his pipes, caught him off guard way early, getting into the corner, lifted and just stacked him up behind him. Got ran over.
He wants to not be the lucky dog. He wants to be on the lead lap when he gets to the line, so he can pit like normal and not have to start at the back.
And he just might be able to do it right here. He's trying. Hold him down, hold him tight.
Final lap, stage 2. Here they come to the line. Bowman with a head of steam on the outside. That was so close.
I don't think Truex. Yeah.
I think Truex was ahead of him, but barely. NASCAR will review that.
That's what we've been talking about. Here comes Martin.
Larson right on his tail.
And Logano. And Wallace.
This is what makes or break the race right here. This pit stop getting on and off pit road. Jamie?
In the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. and Joey Logano both in their pit boxes. Martin happy as he has been all race long. Joey Logano firing off a little too tight. Another air pressure adjustment. Regan.
Bubba Wallace looking for his first career top 10 at Richmond. Right now, there's no more comments on the brake shake. He's been very focused, and the 5 of Kyle Larson has not said a word since the caution way back at the end of the last stage. He's zoned in right now.
So Denny Hamlin leads for the first time today with just 63 laps to go.
Look at this, boys. Kyle Larson got him in the pits.
Here's the race off pit road. Down around the corner from where we are on the front straightaway.
Oh, pushed him out. Truex had to lift.
With Denny Hamlin the leader and Christopher Bell being the only cars on the lead lap till we cycle through.
Can he hold him off? Looking to the inside in the wet.
Martin Truex knows there. He has to pounce while he can.
Larson's trying to hold him. Oh, he's got him. Holding tight on the outside. Larson's car just hasn't been able to take off early in the run. Man. Look at this.
Second place. Here comes Logano on the outside. Yep.
Well, we see Joey Logano. He's definitely using that second lane with those hash marks and trying to drive straight up off the corner like you had mentioned with that diamond earlier, Clinton, taking advantage of that Kyle Larson car that seems to be getting tighter. 29 laps to go. It's still a long ways to go, and a lot of that depends on just doing exactly what he's doing right here, being able to clear all these cars as quick as possible to lose the least amount of time as possible.
Gilliland's got good pace. Now Truex gets to his back bumper. He moves. Trouble. Runs straight away. Larson.
Caution is out. Bubba Wallace got the back of Larson right there.
And that changes everything.
It sure does.
With 2 laps to go, and Truex more than half a lap away from taking the white flag, after which the next flag would end the race. We have a caution, and we will reset for overtime.
Kyle got loose.
Yeah, Kyle got loose, checked up, and Bubba was just anticipating him having that same pace to get in behind him there, and just misjudged it as Kyle lifted and turned him around.
Some history there, quite a bit of history between those two.
Just when you thought it was safe to engrave the trophy.
Not at all what James Small wanted to see.
Here they come to pit road.
Well, those are Jamie.
What a turn of events here. Martin Truex Jr. on the radio right away. You got to be kidding me. They said, come on, bring it to us. Same with Joey Logano, put 4 tires on here. Pit crews must step up and perform and make it happen. You see the 11 in as well as the 23.
Slow stop on the 19. See the 22 up beside him. Keep an eye on Denny Hamlin. It's going to be close here, guys.
Hamlin
He's going to get him. 11 to the point. How about this?
Denny Hamlin had led twice for 10 laps tonight, and he comes out of pit road with the lead. Green, white, checker. Logano and Larson, Byron and Elliott, Bell and Keselowski. Here we go.
Denny with an early launch in the restart box.
Well, you see Martin chase him all the way down there with the side draft, trying to hold him at bay so he doesn't get clear.
Denny ran him up the racetrack a little bit. Still there, side by side. Still holding tough on the outside, Martin Truex Jr. This Logano's car takes off good too. Look at the inside of Truex.
White flag. Truex trying to hold off Larson. Logano.
Oh! He didn't like what he saw. Truex come down door slamming it down the back straightaway.
Denny Hamlin,
winner.
Home track win for Hamlin in the Toyota Owners 400. Crash in turn 1 as Larson and Truex got together again after the flag.
Wow, way to go, guys.
Thank you.
Pit crew.
Thank you, pit crew. Absolutely. Oh.
Man, Martin's mad at everybody. I didn't see what Denny Hamlin did wrong.
Well, that was certainly Truex. I don't know why he was so mad.
Well,
but then he was mad at his teammate too. I know why he's mad. He lost the race.
Yeah, and didn't see what happened right there. And Larson was like, "Hey, you're gonna run into me. I'm gonna shove you in the fence and take this spot."
Let's have one more look at this restart. Hamlin on the inside, Truex on the outside, and we'll carry them through turns 1 and 2.
He definitely rolled right before he got there. Right at the line.
Was it close? Yes. But those cars are still door to door. I mean, he got off. That getting in position right there, him moving him up a little bit is where his frustration was. That's where the race was lost, because not only did it losing the battle, it opened the door up for the 22 to get under him too.
Yeah, but I mean, gosh, we're racing for the win. It wasn't like he turned him sideways or anything like that. He went up the racetrack a little bit and they rubbed doors. But you know, I think Martin's just frustrated with the way that the end of that race turned out, and you know, he wound up not winning.
For Hamlin,
we just saw
13th different season with multiple victories, and this is his 5th win at Richmond. For Joe Gibbs Racing, career win 211. 11 drivers account for their wins.